So, guys, what are your rituals about what it is that you do to gauge your week? Well, my last part of the work week is literally doing this. I never thought as I got older that I would be learning how to put makeup on. I've been doing it for the last couple of years, getting ready to go on court TV. But there's something bigger that's going on here other than me being in the studio, getting ready to be on TV and taking some of the shine off. This is kind of like some of the behind scenes stuff. And I was thinking about it as I was getting ready to do it. Some of the behind the scenes stuff that I'm doing every day with my life as a mindset person, as a person who is a performance coach, as an individual, talks to people about how to live a joyful, productive life. Let's see how we're looking there. So, I'm going to put some of the final touches on. The reason why Fridays are a big day with me is that this is literally the last part. I put a stake. I always wipe that stuff off. I always put a stake in Friday at 4 o'clock. It's my last court appearance, I should say TV appearance on court TV. And I go through like what in a Catholic church they call Lectio Divina. That is an examination of my conscience. But really I go through also, how did my plan go for the week? I always say, and if you follow what it is I do in Sirens and Summations newsletter, and if you're not a part of that, it's on LinkedIn, please, hook up with that. That when you're doing performance mindset, you have to have a warrior spirit. Not bellicose, warrior. You got to be a fighter. You got to see what you want your life to look like, and you got to fight to get it. So at the beginning of every week, I have my goals for my body, my being, my balance, and my business. We'll talk about that down the road. But on Friday, right now, actually, before I go on TV, I know it's going to be the last thing that I'm going to be doing. And because it's the last thing I'm going to be doing, excuse me for turning my back on you, but this is how the sausage is made. Because it's going to be the last thing that I do an examination of my goals for my body, my being, my balance, and my business. And boy, I had a great week. And this is what I do. Now, it's not always that way. And again, it's about persistence, not about perfection. And I say, Bob, internally, did I do those things that I set out to do to move the ball forward? And then Sunday is going to be my point of reflection where I'm going to move that ball forward again. What's going to make me joyful? What's going to make me happy? What's going to make me fulfilled? What's going to make me say on that deathbed confession, like I said in my TEDx talk, that my life was well lived? Well, it's all in incremental steps. Once I know what the goal is and where I want to be and what I want to say, I back into it each and every week. But this part today, the Lectio Divina, the examination of consciousness, is going to be like, how did I do? And not to beat myself up, but how did I do? And you know what? I had a great week, and there's something to be said about being grateful, to lean into that, because we put 95% of our time into 5% of the problem. One of the greatest things that I have, I think, is having lived a life where I've been led and I've been a leader. So I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I've been in positions of emergencies with the EMT or as a trial attorney where I've been able to see life with a greater degree of clarity now as I get older and I get more mature about where is performance, where does it meet what it is that you want to do. So why did I think my week was great? Well, from my business perspective, we had a huge court appearance. Me and my team, most of my team were in court battling a case that we're really proud to be fighting for our client. And we felt really, really good, not only with the paperwork that we submitted with the court, but how we presented ourselves and how together as a team we're making a difference in that individual's life. As an EMT, I had some great calls this week where we were making a difference. And by the way, a great call doesn't necessarily mean, and most times doesn't mean that you're doing something dramatic like saving a life. No, I feel really good about the way we handled some of our patients and gave them that little extra care, a little attention, realizing that with each person we meet, we can leave them better than it was where we found them. And of course, that's why you guys know I love the EMT stuff. Did a video on that earlier this week. Hope you guys get a chance to take a look at that. And as far as my TV work is concerned, there's both a professional aspect to that, there's fun to it, and the ability to be able to educate people on the law is something that I've always loved doing. So all the pieces of what I intended to do as far as going to the gym and working out, that's my body and my being, my spirituality, going for me, church, doing some rosaries and saying some prayers. In many instances, that all came to fruition each and every day. It was all part of the plan. My balance with regard to my family and my friends. I did some family stuff this week, friend stuff this week, relationships. I definitely look at that. And as far as my business is concerned, having a great business partner, having a great team, doing that great court appearance, parents, and every 3 days a week going over all of our cases with the staff, and really loving what Bianchi Law Group is putting together. So it's not always this great, by the way, let me say. In fact, the biggest growth has happened when there have been obstacles. This happens to be one of those weeks where I can lean into gratitude because I have the time and the luxury, because things have gone really, really well, to have a great week and to recognize it's not always going to be that way, but I'm striving towards that. So I just got to say, last point I want to bring out now, today, this weekend, for you guys, slow down a little bit. Okay, so in my journal, and I'm going to go through everything I do because people have been asking me about what my mantras are in my journal, but part of it is a section I have is to slow down. I got to tell myself, because I'm fast. I'm always moving and I'm doing things. Slow, Bobby, slow down. Slow is fast, okay? They tell you that in the martial arts. They tell you this in EMT. Things are happening. Things are exploding in the courtroom with witnesses. You got to calm down. You got to slow down. You're going to be in the middle of chaos. Slow is fast. 2 more beats is another thing. 2 more beats. I always take 2 more beats before you act, before you react. Take your time to just slow down a little bit. There's 2 more beats. Those 2 extra seconds can make a difference. And as always, today, after I get done with this video and with my friends there on Court TV, I'm going to stop, look, and then go. I'm going to stop about my week. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to see where I can make improvements. Where do I want to go next week? And then I'm going to go in that direction, confident, knowing that whether it's high or whether it's low, that there's always going to be progress made. And what a gift it is to be alive, to have the opportunity to make a difference in people's lives, not just for me. I know all you guys can do it. It may not look like what it is that I'm doing, but take this weekend to stop, look, and go. Don't be afraid. Do something big. Do something that scares you. I love being in this community, and I love you to be a part of this community. If you like what you hear and you like these messages, I've been asked to post more. I've been asked to do more with Silent Summation newsletter, and I'm being asked now to go out and lecture on being a mindset performance warrior, okay? And I mean warrior, not bellicose, but rather fight that fight in your life so that you're leaning in to all the greatness that's there. Good, bad, or ugly, I'm here for you. So please like, comment, and share if you can. And I hope you have a great weekend. Go slow. Plan your next week. I'll see you there. Bye.